Hi, my name's Marina. I'm gonna do my makeup application video for you guys. I decided to go with Tarte. The makeup I'm using is made by a company that's using a trademark. This was a few years ago. Yep, it's all trademark. All right, so I don't know much about Tarte yet, but maybe I'll make you another video if I can find information about the company. So the first part of my regimen is Tarte Double Duty Beauty. It is a hydrating primer, pretty small bottle. Looks like it's 15 milliliters. So usually feels really cool when I apply the makeup on. Doesn't burn at all. Try to keep it away from my eyes. And it goes on pretty clear, dries right away. Leaves me feeling moist. Some on the forehead, cover up some of the T-zone. There are days when I wait for it to dry, and there are days when I don't. The box, I think I bought this in a box. If I didn't, either way, there's no directions to apply it, so I just kind of go ahead and move on to the next step with the same sponge, which is Tarte's Amazonian Clay. This is a 16-hour full coverage foundation, sold in other countries as well. In the United States, it's made in the United States and distributed by Tarte Inc. in New York, New York. So like I said, same sponge. Just apply it on here. And like the name of the product, is a clay. As it is sold, just spread it on. Try to get an even tone. I always watch my lip color change as I'm doing this. But it's all part of the process. Try to get it nice and even in there.
Hi, this is Marina Wilhelm. Please leave a message.
Okay. And I can always see, you know, product I've used before kind of coming up. Be careful what you call it, because I just put clay on, so that could be anything. Yeah, so leaves my skin looking pretty light. Feels good. And there are days, like I said, when I let it sit for a couple minutes, days when I don't. But no matter how fast or how slow I put it on, the application looks even. It doesn't matter. The next thing I like to do, just because no matter what season it is, it's always sunny. And even on days when it's not so sunny, it feels pretty bright, I'll just throw on some bronzer. So the bronzer I'm using is Park Ave Princess, also by Tarte. This is an Amazonian Clay matte waterproof bronzer. I bought 9 grams of it, and I've had it forever. And I use a lot every time, so it lasts. You don't have to worry about that. I've never shared my makeup. I was always told that professionals do that. That's for people who have certifications and licenses. Today I want to put it everywhere. Sometimes I just put it, I don't know, around my face. Maybe I'll leave my T-zone alone other days. But today it's very bright out. I totally forgot to wear sunscreen before going outside. So this is probably what should have happened when I walked out and it didn't. So in case that's what you were expecting, I'll just paint it on. Next step is, let's see, sometimes I go with blush, sometimes I go with eyebrows, depends. On days where I'm feeling not as energized, I like to do my eyebrows first. On days when I'm feeling energized, I just do whatever I want. So let's see, right now with this light, I think we'll go with eyebrows first. So what I'm using for eyebrows is also by Tarte, trademarked, Amazonian clay waterproof brow pencil, which comes with a brush. I love it. I've had this for years. Never ran out of it. I'm not sure if anyone else has used it, but I've never told them they could. I don't mind either way. When I use it, it doesn't really make a difference if they have or not. It still goes on as dark or as light as I want it to. It just depends on how hard you press with the pencil. I try to just brush it in. It looks too dark right now, but sometimes it'll fade once I get outside. I try not to be too crazy about symmetry here. That's all I do. And the light's a little uneven in the room I'm in now. It's not perfect, so it's okay to be seeing this side a little lighter than the other. As you know, I'm impressed. I've never bought another brow pencil after this. I don't know if I can use it for anything else, but since it says brow pencil, I've never used it for anything else. Not every day, anyhow. And I like it. I recommend it. If you, okay, that's not Tarte. I guess I won't tell you about that. So next thing we'll go with is cheeks. A little bit of blush application. I'll show you my captivating color here. Also by Tarte. Very cute. Compact. Also Amazonian clay. This is 12-hour blush. Lasts so long. This is 1.5 grams. Like I said, I basically bought all this makeup together. It's lasted so long. I have so much left. There's a beautiful print on it. So sometimes I try to find my cheekbones this way. As you can see, they're very high. I don't need a whole lot of blush here. Same with this side. You know, and sometimes that bone changes and that's all normal. As long as I get where it generally is, where I feel it, I'm fine with that. All right. So it's nice and bright. It's definitely a different color than the foundation. As you can see, it lightens up above where it's applied. I didn't even mean to do that. That could just be part of the effect. I enjoy it. I don't stare at it for too long. I try to focus on the next step, which would be eyes. So I bought the Tartelette palette also a while ago, but if you like it, maybe they'll create it for you and let you sell it in stores. This is the front of the palette. As you can see, the company is trademarked. 1.5 grams. was the weight that I purchased. It was made in the USA. And this is the palette that I have with unique names on each of the colors. The name of the color obviously isn't there for their own reasons, which I try to understand. So let's move on to application. Today, I'll try to use maybe something a little bit darker here, since there's something dark already popping up there. And lately, it brings up kind of a lighter tint on the eyelid. I'm not really sure why that's happening, but I'm okay with that. And same with this side. I like to use a lighter shade to go over, you know, this little, border right here. Clean that up. Like this. And the reason why I do it this way is because I don't, go for eye care every day. That's not my routine. I know you're probably thinking makeup routine, but I'm thinking daily routine, and I don't have a routine. There's no such thing as a routine where I live. It's very unpredictable here. New London, Connecticut, they have a train. They're opening boating season. Pool season is opening for some parks pretty soon as Memorial Day approaches. So I might be thinking I'm doing something one day, but that's not necessarily true. All right, so I bought 3 mascaras. I think it was in the same day. They were priced pretty fairly, and I knew they would last. I think I only have 2 I can show you right this second. Hold on. I should have all 3. I do. Okay, so the first is Lash Smoothing, and I can't tell you much about it other than it's supposed to have supplements that your eyelash can literally absorb after you apply the product on. And the supplementation is intended to be good for your eyelashes. It's not intended to make your eyelashes fall out. So if you have that kind of problem after you use mascara, just make sure you check in with someone who does your medical care before you put it on. I didn't have to do that. The next mascara is Lights Camera Lashes, also by Tarte, in a very creative, not packaging, but they just put it together in a creative way. And I took that to be for more or less doing things like what I'm doing right now. And Man-Eater, also a trademarked Tarte product. So if you are in the business of man-eating, this might be for you. So I will try Lights Camera Lashes. I feel like I use this too much. But I know I'm always being watched. There's cameras everywhere, supermarkets, power lines. People use cameras to protect their homes, so I figured if I use this, no matter what camera is catching my image, I'll look decent. And maybe they'll see that I do have eyelashes. Like so. It's not bad. All 3 of these products are difficult to apply on the lower lash for me. It probably has to do with, the shape of my head, or maybe the way my hair is, or like the actual length of the brush, how big it is. But sometimes I try. And I can even show you how that ends up right now. Just kind of brush it on like so. You can see I have a couple lashes there. I do see from time to time when I'm using this mascara that little pieces of mascara will just kind of fleck off onto my skin, which don't necessarily need to be there, but it's not a big deal. So if that's something that bothers you, just make sure that you are always buying fresh mascara. Make sure you research about it. There is always a expiration on products, especially when things like that bother consumers. You know, you just have to speak with the people who handle like their calls, you know, frequently asked questions, that kind of thing, to get more information about that. I also have Tarte's Shape Tape Stay Spray. It's 16-hour setting spray. It says for a long time, and there are days when I'm so afraid to take this makeup off afterwards, because it's an investment. But here it goes. It was the only one they had, so now I'm gonna use it. It smells really good. And I like to put my lip gloss on last. I'll tell you about the Maracuja Juicy Lip by Tarte. They had the shade Coconut. They must have been looking at some very dark coconuts. So you just pump it up from the bottom like this. Apply it on your lips like so. And you have a juicy lip. I don't know how long the wear is, but I can tell you that it was made in Korea, so that could be why they don't have definite product information on this. I might adjust the lip a little bit. And that's it. So, I'd like to start making videos, telling stories. I'm not sure what kind of stories I'm going to tell you guys, but I'll make some of the videos using my Be Kind light, and other videos I'll just be doing my makeup. It kind of depends on what I'm able to do that day. So if you have any requests, just hit subscribe and put your request in my comment section. Thank you for listening.